Too, and I have in the studio with me this morning Cliff Kretzer. Good morning, Cliff.
Good morning, Loretta.
How are you this morning?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful. Just a bad day to be out, isn't it?
No,
It's a good day.
Yeah, it's a great day.
There you go. It's a good day.
You got the drought's over.
There you go. You ain't kidding, it is.
It was
You ain't
storming.
kidding. This is your radio debut here at 1550 WIRV and V99.3. Excited to have you in here.
I'm excited to be here.
I met you a few weeks ago at Red Fest up at Callie's Lake and Campground. Wonderful musician. Got to listen to some of your music. Beautiful music. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank
You have a deep, deep, dark voice.
Well, thank you. Well, it's
see,
really
that's,
dark. It's really dark and deep in the morning. So I get up and
Sound
we
like
get
a
up.
grizzly bear in the
Yeah, I
morning,
sound
right?
like Loretta Lynn says. You sound like an old bear growling. That's what I sound like.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Growly bears are all right. I live with one.
Yeah.
You know, he growls all the time, but that's all right. I just let him growl. I figure if he's growling, he saves me the trouble. I don't have to growl as long as he's handling it. I don't have to growl. How long have you been playing, Cliff?
I've been playing since, it's probably 17, 16.
Are you self-taught?
Like that. Yeah, I taught
So,
myself.
taught yourself?
Yeah. Basically what happened was, I don't want to bring anybody down, but 5 years ago yesterday, my uncle died, and he was a musician, Dave Kretzer. He played all over. And he gave me my first guitar
Oh, really?
after my brother died when I was a kid.
Wow.
And then so the very first song, you was playing some George Thorogood a while ago.
Drink
Very-
alone. Yeah.
Yeah, the very first song I learned, I taught myself was Drive My Mom and Dad Crazy, and I played till my fingers bled like Brian Adams said.
Really?
Yeah, I had that little amp and distortion, electric guitar pedal, and just crank it and blared it. Drove everybody nuts, and I was just a little kid, and I was playing Bad the Bone.
There you
That was
go.
the first one.
Bad to the Bone,
That was
yeah.
the first one, and I took off from that, and then, I had a lot of good things happen, a long time ago, and then I was in a band, we wrote a song, we come in second in the state of Kentucky.
All
Yeah,
right.
we won the Clark County Fair in 90, and, we went on to the state fair, and, we come in second in the state on an original song. We kind of sounded like a cross between the Black Crowes and Van Halen.
Oh, there you go.
And then I went country when I went to college a little bit, and I dropped the band, and then, things happen. You got
Life
kids,
happens. That's what said. Then
and-
life happens. So
and-
you kind of took a hiative from the music for a while.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
about 20 years.
Really?
I'm just now getting back into it. So
Wow.
I stopped writing. I've got stacks of songs I've wrote. I've got over 100.
When
at
did
least.
When did you start writing?
Very first song I wrote, it's called a Smoking Big Mac Blues. My uncle is listening in Eastern Kentucky right now, and that's like his favorite. And I'm giving a shout out to him, old Doug. He loved that. I called it the Smoking Big Mac Blues. And I don't know, I was just a little kid. I was just doing stuff like that. I wrote all kinds of songs. I wrote silly songs. I wrote, they could be parodies on Saturday Night Live or something. Some of them. And then I wrote some real deep and really intimate songs a lot. Nowadays, I'm just so blessed that I got that connection back in my brain, and I could start, flowing again. And I've been writing with Brad Alford and recording in his studio.
Big shout out to Brad.
Brad Alford is the best. I wouldn't be sitting with you right now if it wasn't for him. I just gave him a call one day. I started writing these songs again, and they was all hitting me, and I called him up. I ain't talked to, he probably didn't even really remember me, but I called him up, and he was like, "Yeah, man, send me some stuff and see what you got."
Let's see what we can get going. Yeah.
And I wrote this one song about 3 days before I got over to his house, about 2 days before, and I was sitting there. He was fumbling through trying to get his studio working on his computer, and he was looking through that. I was sitting on his couch. I said, "Listen to this," and there I had all these little scribble notes and everything. It was a song I wrote, "Hillbilly Heroin," and it's all my songs. About 90% of them's true.
Yeah.
Stories, and this is a true story.
So and your songs are written from what you feel. I mean, they're written from the heart.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're sharing a piece
Straight
of
on
you
my
with,
soul.
you're sharing a piece of it. You know, that's one of the most phenomenal things about an artist is when they do sit down and write. A lot of people don't realize when that artist puts that down on paper and puts a melody to it, they're getting rid of, I don't want to say bad karma, but they're getting rid of something that is destructive in their life, something that's bothering them, and they're sharing it with somebody, knowing there's somebody else out there experiencing the same thing.
Absolutely.
That's where the beauty in live music, that's where the beauty in original music is at, is the fact that you share part of your soul with somebody else that's been through it, somebody else that might be going through it at that time, and that's what touches. When you can give a little of your soul to somebody else and they walk away with it, that's a phenomenal feeling.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful feeling.
And that's really what I'm doing right now. I just want people to hear my songs. I've got like I said, I got stacks and stacks of them. I got some good ones and I got some bad ones. And, some people like the bad ones too. And it's cool. But everybody feels some pain sometimes, and sometimes people need help to deal with their emotions.
Yeah, it helps. It's a release.
Yeah, so that's what I do, though. I mean, to release my emotions, and to really explore myself mentally, and I'll just sit down. That's how I get that release, and I'll just sit down and I'll write a good one. And,
it makes it easy.
Well, it's a good one to me, and it's just really, really special to me when I finally finish it. It might take 2 minutes to write it. It might take 2 weeks, or it might take 2 years. But the best ones come like that.
Yeah.
And you can't write them fast enough. And my first one back writing was I was on my country road. I live out in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky.
Of course.
And on the Montgomery County, Clark County line on a 1-lane road, and I'm 10 acres off the road. And, I love it out there, but I was driving home, and it hit me. I was right on my country road, and it hit me, and I wrote that song in a mile and a half, and that was my first song writing back from a 20-year
from
hiatus.
that 20, yeah.
And I always had stuff going through my head, but I never fooled with it because like I said, you
didn't have that feeling. You didn't have it. Wasn't there.
Well, I focused more on work and life, and the kids and everything, and then now you met my wife Renee, and
listen,
she loves you to death. And,
she has listen, and that's what you got to have. You got to have somebody that supports you, and she does. Buddy, she's right there. She is right there. I mean, she is right there, and you've got to have that kind of support. You really, really do. If you're going to go anywhere or do anything, you have to have a supportive partner. I mean, you seriously do.
She's my best friend. But I'm telling you, man, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't even want to write anything.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Oh, yeah.
And she really, there was years I didn't even really fool with playing in front of her, and now I've been running her through the ringer, buddy. She's been going these places.
She's a tough lady. She can handle it.
Yeah, she likes it though, man. I think she likes. She don't like having to get up, and go to work after I go and play somewhere it's real late. She don't like that part. But
hey, I feel you. I got one does that too. He'll go with me. The other night he got in the truck and went to sleep for a while. But we're going to take a real quick break. We're going to take a break for ABC Sports. We come back, Cliff. We're going to let them listen to a little bit of what you got. How about that?
All right.
We'll break loose with a little bit of music when we come back from this quick break. You're listening to 1550 WIRV V 99.3.